greetings to all of you, and thanks for watching. Once again, on our show, Meetings with Our Community, and that means you, as we'd like to introduce to you our leaders, cultural events, and fun diversions in and around New York City. So please, get comfortable and welcome to Meetings with Our Community. So we get to explore the Citizens United, this proposed constitutional amendment that would restore a level of equality our founding fathers sought when they established our democratic system. The 2010 Supreme Court decision, Citizens United versus Federal Elections Commission, gave corporations an enormous power, endangering individual autonomy. So let's see what that really means for us.
Well, I've been disappointed, although not surprised, at the patently false attacks and hysterical rhetoric that has been used to discuss this amendment. The constitutional amendment will not, as some members of this committee recently claimed, turn citizens into subjects and give Congress the power to ban books and movies. Let me say this will not allow Congress to ban billboards or blog posts or magazines or movies. The overheated rhetoric is an attempt to replace logic with hyperbole, saying that if you're for this amendment, you have to be against the First Amendment. The opponents of this amendment ignore an important truth in the history of our Constitution. No amendment is absolute. Are you allowed to falsely scream fire in a crowded theater? No, because the Founding Fathers knew, and the courts have known, that you balance. Safety is a value the government must uphold. Since we have said that you can't scream fire in a crowded theater, I'd ask my colleagues, have we banned any books? Have we banned any movies? No. But that was a reasonable limit that we all accept on the First Amendment. We have anti-child pornography laws for the safety of our children. It's a balancing test. The courts have assiduously made that balance. Since we have banned child pornography, which I imagine my colleagues support, a limitation on the First Amendment, has free speech been hampered in any way? Absolutely not. We always have balancing tests. And to say that because we need a balancing test to bring some equity to government, to bring some fairness to government, the whole First Amendment will be thrown out and we'll be burning books in the town square? It's a sign of desperation, of how desperately our colleagues are clinging to the fact that billionaires should be allowed to jaundice the political system, because the functioning of this political system, one person, one vote, is every bit as enshrined in the Constitution as the Bill of Rights. And the courts are regularly called upon to balance those two issues. In the eyes of the vast majority of Americans, the balance is out of whack. Billionaires can drown out the speech in modern political discussion of everybody else. If you put an ad on TV 1,000 times, and I can only put it on once, that is not enshrined in the First Amendment. Never was, isn't, and never will be. But our colleagues, we know what's going on here. This is a political argument. We want to ban the billionaires on both sides of the aisle. I would say to my dear friend from Texas, no one has ever said just do it for people we don't like. The Soroses and the Steyers will be just as banned as the Kochs and the others. And they should be. And the reason is very simple. The reason is very simple. Because this is a balanced republic, not an extreme republic. We've had this argument on all the other amendments as well. There are some who say the Second Amendment is absolute. I should be allowed to buy a tank and park it in my garage. That's the extremists on the Second Amendment. But I would say to my colleagues here, you are being extreme in your interpretation of the Constitution. And if there's a word that the Constitution has enshrined above all, it is balance and fairness. It is equity in the political system. And again, this is just one man's opinion. The hyperbole, the scare tactics that we will ban books and ban movies if we pass this amendment comes not from a real fear that that will happen, but from a desire to preserve the political advantage of a few who benefit many of those who run for office and have millions and millions and millions of dollars put into their campaigns. That's what this is all about. It's about keeping one side higher up on the political spectrum than the other, not about free speech. Free speech is a false argument. It doesn't fit the whole theory of the Constitution. It doesn't fit the interpretation of the Constitution for 200 and some odd years.
Senator's time is...
And until my colleagues decide to make the First Amendment absolute on screaming fire in a crowded theater, child pornography, and libel laws,
Senator,
they are not being consistent.
I'm Meryl Streep, and New York is my home. There's no place like it in the world. One of my favorite places is the Finger Lakes. Seneca Falls is the birthplace of the idea that women should be regarded as full citizens and allowed to vote. You can enjoy nature along beautiful trails or relax at our world-famous wineries. Come discover your favorite part of New York. Plan your summer vacation at iloveny.com. There's something for everyone.
I'm Ed Burns, and New York is my home. There's no place like it in the world. My favorite activity is fishing. We have the best trout fly fishing east of the Rockies, 5 of the country's top bass lakes, and one of the world's top 10 fishing destinations off Montauk. And now, with reduced freshwater license fees and no saltwater fees, New York's world-class fishing is even better. Find out more at iloveny.com.
And we'd also like to tell you about wonderful places where you can travel to, such as joining the second annual Adirondack Challenge, which will be hosting kayaking and other wonderful water sports like whitewater rafting and fly fishing and golfing and, well, stargazing. I mean, really, the sky's the limit.
Many New Yorkers don't have access to a vehicle, so schlepping an old TV or computer to be recycled isn't easy. That's why the Department of Sanitation partnered with Electronic Recyclers International to create eCycle NYC. This free and convenient electronics recycling program is for residential buildings over 10 units. Learn more at nyc.gov/ecycle.
And tonight we also have with us Queen Mother Dr. Deloise Blakely.
Yes, we want to know a little bit about the autobiography of your book, Harlem Street Nun. Tell us a little bit about your book.
Yes, I've been writing for about 40-some years.
I know.
And I'm coming out with 5 books. So book 1 is out. We launched book 2 at the United Nations, which was last month. So I'm constantly writing as I speak. And I'm covering my life. The first 10 years of my life, at the age of 16, there again, a youth, I entered the convent. My family are not Catholics, coming from the deep South in America, coming from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and traveling on a train alone and entering a convent, which the mother house is in Harlem, but the novitiate house is in Staten Island. So I entered the convent at the age of 16. At the age of 26 years old, I had made final vows. Also had the opportunity, of Mother Teresa of Calcutta lived in our convent on 124th Street in Harlem before she went to the Bronx.
That's amazing.
Yes.
It's a great story you have behind you.
Yes, and telling my story, I'm sure you heard of Sister Act.
Yes.
Sister Act comes out of my life. I had a literary agent and she passed. So I sued Walt Disney for $1 billion against Sister Act because it's my life story.
We did read about that in the internet yesterday.
Yes, it is. And we have gone to court, and we are going to accelerate through social media. Because there again, when you think of violence against not only women, but when you look at some of us may not have the means to fulfill our dreams and hopes and aspirations in life, no one has the right to take your right that God has given you to use it and do not have you to be involved with that process.
Absolutely.
So that is the issue of the Harlem Street Nun. As I said, Sister Act comes out of my life, and you're going to be hearing more about it. So we're asking everyone to get the book and read along with us of the Harlem Street Nun, which is a part of Sister Act.
You have such a great impact on the community that you've impacted the vision of some artists, and you have a sculpture of yourself in Socrates Park in Long Island City here. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, the sculptor, he comes from Poland.
Wow.
Because Queen Mother is international. And he went around the world to look for a mother image to carry a social justice issue.
Right.
And the one that I'm a catalyst for is to stop all form of violence against women.
Absolutely.
At every level. So as he went around the world, I was chosen for the subject to represent women of the world as a catalyst for women. So at Socrates Sculpture Park in Long Island City, where we are right now, you can come to see the sculpture. And you can go inside of it and reflect inside and give us a message and take a picture. So I know you've really been there. So we will leave how to link that. We did have the indigenous people of the world. They came to the sculpture while they were at the United Nations. They're getting ready for their big conference as well, which will take place in September this year. So they went out to the sculpture, Mother Earth. How do we treat Mother Earth? If we destroy Mother Earth, then we have destroyed the mother. Mm-hmm. So this is a conscious artist, a sculptor from Poland, who brought this energy into being. And I'm so proud to be the catalyst for the change for women to stop all form of violence against women. As you know, they kidnapped the girls of Nigeria.
Yeah. You know, it's just magnificent because as women, you know, we need us to be more united and to help each other and to stop the violence, because there's so much violence in Latin America as well. Yes. And I'm a Latina, yes. You know, and I believe that we should all be united and help each other. And I really congratulate you for the amount of 46 years being with the United Nations, starting it all, and making and changing lives.
Yes.
So I really, really congratulate you.
And thank you. I'm looking to go throughout Latin America since we just finished the Indigenous Peoples Forum at the UN just yesterday. And so I'm looking forward to travel throughout Latin America to discuss these issues and bring the women forward. And that's what we must do, linking and partnership with women of the world and to empower women. And there's a theme also from a young male at the age of 19 from Mexico, he for she, men standing with women for equality and to empower the women. We want the men to stand with us, our brothers and our sons and our husbands and our fathers, to stand with the women. And the campaign is called He for She.
Many New Yorkers don't have access to a vehicle, so schlepping an old TV or computer to be recycled isn't easy. That's why the Department of Sanitation partnered with Electronic Recyclers International to create eCycle NYC. This free and convenient electronics recycling program is for residential buildings over 10 units. Learn more at nyc.gov/ecycle.
We have the annual Summer Restaurant Week beginning, well, gosh, you better get your place online because it just began on the 21st of July. But good thing is that it goes on to the 15th of August. And it's your chance to dine for a steal of a deal at more than 300 New York City eateries during this 3-week food blowout. Places like Siemens, Mullins, Tertulia, oh, you name it. There's about 300 restaurants. I mean, who could eat that much food, right? So you could be getting 3-course lunches for like $25 and dinners, get this, dinners for $38.
When most New Yorkers hear Astoria, they think the beer garden and Greek food. But Astoria's food culture is so diverse, sometimes it's hard to keep up. Fortunately, I'm here to make it easy for you. Today, we're going to uncover 3 local gems that will redefine what you know about Astoria. You hear the name Strand Smokehouse, and you're automatically thinking barbecue. But you guys are doing more than just barbecue.
So yeah, we're definitely trying to put some Mediterranean infusion into our food because that's what our neighborhood is. So we do a lot of good things like our smoked trout, smoked salmon. We're gonna do some smoked shark. We do some octopus every once in a while. You know, we do a lot of typical style barbecue. But the owner's Greek, so I try to make him happy. We have a great list of local beers, big barrels of whiskey, 25 different moonshines that you can come here and get something you can't get anywhere else. But if there's one thing that's like showstopper flavor and look, it's gotta be the short rib. It's like a Flintstone bone of meat. Slow smoke, 12 hours. Comes out beautiful every time.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna need a wet nap.
Wow. I hope my mom's not too mad. I'm making a mess right now. The meat itself is so fatty and tender. That bite was all bark.
Yes.
And that is a wonderful thing. Oh my God. It's like dying and going to beef heaven.
Thank you very much.
If someone thinks they know pizza and they haven't had Neapolitan pizza,
Right.
what kind of treat are they in for?
They're in for a really, really tasty treat. Extreme intense heat from the oven cooks it so fast that it creates a char and it just creates enormous flavor.
Huge Greek community here in Astoria.
Yes.
But more importantly, your wife is Greek. What are you doing here to celebrate the Greek culture?
Right now we have 19 pizzas on the menu, but I actually created a pizza. It's called the El Greco. We kept it simple. It's 4 or 5 just staple ingredients that Greeks use.
The scent is wafting into my nose,
Oh, yes, it
and I
is.
feel like
Yes,
a
it
cartoon character, like being dragged away right now. Oh my gosh, that is like punch you in the face flavor right there. The lemon is what I get first, and it's like, woo, hello lemon.
Yes.
But then the olive comes through.
You know, the saltiness from the
Yeah,
olives.
it's like pizza art.
Yes. Thank you very much.
When the locals want the best pork or chicken gyro they can get their hands on, they all tell me they come to BZ Grill.
My family used to own gyro places like this in Greece. The gyro you get here, it's exactly the same thing that you're gonna get in the place in Greece. We have our own blend of spices. Kind of it's a secret recipe that we marinate the meat every day. Usually it's the pork bat, or we also use pork belly. And most of the people think they're gonna come here, they're gonna have a lamb or some kind of a mystery meat. Greece, if you go in a place like this, you're gonna have either pork gyro, which is the most popular, or chicken. And that's the two things that they serve there.
That is awesome. This is like the best BLT I've ever had, Greek style. If my eyes were closed and someone fed me some of this pork, I would think it was like crispy, fatty bits of bacon. This has to be hands down the best gyro I've ever had.
Thank you, man. We just chop it.
Storia really has it all. But there are still a lot of hidden gems for us to discover. I'm Lawrence, the NYC Food Guy. I'll see you on the next NYC Food Tour.
Many New Yorkers don't have access to a vehicle, so schlepping an old TV or computer to be recycled isn't easy. That's why the Department of Sanitation partnered with Electronic Recyclers International to create eCycle NYC. This free and convenient electronics recycling program is for residential buildings over 10 units. Learn more at nyc.gov/ecycle.
I'm Robert De Niro, and New York is my home. There's no place like it in the world. My favorite place is the Hudson Valley. It inspired famous painters like Thomas Cole, with amazing landscapes like the breathtaking Mohonk Preserve. Here you'll visit historic locations like Olana and West Point, and appreciate chefs at the Culinary Institute of America. Come discover your favorite part of New York. Plan your summer vacation at iloveny.com. There's something for everyone.
I'm Steve Buscemi, and New York is my home. There's no place like it in the world. I love exploring all its amazing history, like the Revolutionary War battlefields in Saratoga, or Ellis Island, where America welcomed some of my own family. There's also the birthplace of the women's movement, and FDR's home. Come discover your favorite part of New York. Plan your summer vacation at iloveny.com. There's something for everyone.
And this year we're announcing the 4th annual Harlem Father's and Men's Day Parade. This is a great day to share with your family. It's happening this Saturday, July 26th, and we hope you can join us at the parade. It's in response to the social ills, so let's make some good of the ills and have workshops and see how we can put our minds together and take care and resolve the problems and uplift humanity. And some of the hallmarks of the village of Harlem and the tradition states like Akil Rose, who is the founder of the Harlem Transformative Project, and other primary community organizers will be there at the event. So please join us.
It's July 30th, and what we're witnessing here is a new event being launched in Harlem called the Father's Day Parade. It's coming together African Americans to address the issues in their community. Numbers are small, but hopefully this event will grow over the years. What's up? Good to see you. Okay.
of Harlem Mothers Save and community leader and president of DC 37 Local 299. What this event means to me today, and the reason I'm a part of it, because Akil made sure that he include all of the community. And that's what a lot of people don't do. It's time for us as a community to stand together and recognize the need for a common ground and to fight the issues that's plaguing our community.
So
that's why I'm out here today.
So you are here because you feel the need for the community to speak in one voice.
And one voice and stand on one